Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I saw this video circulating over on X the other day, and well, we need to talk about it because Australia has a huge problem on its hands. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have imported that problem thanks to our spineless, corrupt politicians. It's a utopia for the spineless, corrupt politicians because they are afraid. They're more than happy to allow these people into the country, which we have no idea, like, for me as a citizen, we have no idea where they're actually coming from. A vast majority of them are coming from Gaza. And if it's any consolation to you all, I have seen videos from people in Gaza at the moment. A lot of the Palestinians, they don't look like they are going to be peaceful people. That's just me. I saw the video circulating of thousands of Palestinians like lining the streets in Gaza, watching the caskets of the babies that, by the way, those Bibas babies, the way they were killed, it's inhumane. There's a huge difference between intentionally killing these babies versus babies were killed unintentionally in crossfire or from a bomb. Huge difference. The intention definitely matters here, but of course, people don't really look at that. The caskets of these two babies were paraded around. It was like a celebration. The T Word organization was celebrating and praising the death of these Israeli babies. It was heartbreaking. It was extremely heartbreaking to see. And obviously, the mainstream media reported a little bit about it, not too much. Didn't want to make the Muslims or the T-word organizations out to be really bad, which we know that they actually are. But you won't hear many stories of the actual truth of the matter, of what the Israeli people had to go through. No, it's just really one-sided now, isn't it? It's absurd. But this video that I saw the other day is quite worrisome. I don't know when this footage was taken, but we have lots of protests going on in Melbourne and in Sydney and lots of the Palestinian marches. And the thing is, hate is taught. It's taught to young people. And this young girl is leading a protest and chanting. I have no idea how old she is, but she is young. Have a watch. Hundreds, if not thousands, of Palestinian protesters lining the streets, and you've got this little girl yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs, leading the chant. We don't want no Zionists here. Say it loud, say it clear. And sure, they'll say Zionists, but they really mean Jews. They don't want Jewish people in Australia, even though a vast majority of Jewish people in Australia happen to be citizens. I don't think a vast majority of these people happen to be citizens, if you ask me. Hate is taught, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine being the parents. Obviously, the parents are probably going to be extremely proud of their little hateful daughter screaming at the top of her lungs, we don't want those Zionists here, chanting these vile and hateful remarks. Oh, but just a little girl. What are we going to do with a little girl? They know exactly what they're doing. Teaching this kind of hate to a child is what we would consider abuse in a normal world, right? And that's why Australia has got a problem. You've got all these people coming in from overseas. They're not citizens. They're not really ready to assimilate. And guess what? They're more than happy to line the streets on the weekend and chant these vile, sick remarks. And you have these adults that are teaching this despicable, hateful rhetoric to children. And children have got no idea. They don't know what they're saying because they don't understand it yet. But adults, they do. They know exactly what they're doing. A child has got no idea. A child doesn't know. They can't understand this fully. So why are they allowing this to be taught to a child? You're teaching a young child to hate a group of people in this country. That, to me, is sick. And it shouldn't warrant you guys being a citizen in this country at all. If you ask me, no, thank you. Now, recently, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but the Home Affairs Minister, Tony Burke, who is a corrupt politician, I'll just say that. He's a slimy, corrupt politician who smiled at defending, I'm not kidding, he was defending his decision to ram through, I think it was 12,500 something citizenships. Now, as an Australian citizen myself, I don't know, and I think it's fair for every single Australian citizen to know who is becoming a citizen in this country. But we don't. 12,500 something people coming into this country, rammed through all of a sudden. And Tony Burke's just smiling. It's like, oh, we should be celebrating this. This is good news. How is it good news exactly? I don't know where these people are coming from. Most of them, probably 3,000 of them, you're giving citizenships from Gaza. So now we've got these T-word sympathizers more than likely in our country. And you wonder why we've got young kids on the streets chanting, we don't want no Zionists here. Because we have this problem. They're allowed to chant that, but nothing happens to them. The politicians will stand up and they will condemn. Condemning is one thing. Action is another thing. You're not making it hard at all for the Palestinian movement or the Muslim movement in this country. You're not making it hard for them to stop saying the things that they're saying. Oh, we'll run through these hate speech laws. But guess what? It protects the Muslims. I don't know if you noticed that or if you're aware of that. And yet you want to give these people citizenship, give them benefits and access to things that we pay for as taxpayers. And they don't want to be here to assimilate, a vast majority of them. I don't know about you, but I see a young child chanting, leading the chant, no less. Leading a chant like that, and it makes me go, what has happened to this country to allow that kind of stuff on our streets? Publicly, no less. A child that doesn't look more than 8 years old. It's absurd. And our politicians, silent. Or they will defend. They will defend when they look good. They will call out a Turkish schizophrenic woman for Islamophobia, but we won't call out this. Made a video yesterday, the double standards, exposing it. Same thing. Hate is taught and it continues to fester the more you allow it to. Government. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.